Hi, my name's Claire Williamson, and I'm really grateful for you picking up my message and following the link to this short video. I really wanted to share my story of going from a struggling life coach to where I am today, which I feel is a really exciting place. So, back in 2015, I made wellness my business. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, my own health was completely shot. We'd come from the UK to New Zealand, and it was really a getaway for me because my life had really got into this cycle of stress, anxiety, more stress, more anxiety, and I was feeling the physical results of that. My adrenals were burnt out. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism. My gut was shot. I was reacting to all sorts of different foods. Yeah, I mean, I was just in a terrible place physically. But somehow I managed to fall pregnant with my first daughter. But because of my poor health, I didn't do very well through that pregnancy. And actually, Eden was born with some serious health issues of her own. And that really began this journey of discovery because with what Eden had, nobody could tell me why she had it or how to help her. It was brushed off as colic, and we were left on our own. And I started to seek answers as to why I had a baby that was so different to everybody else's, who seemed to be in constant pain and discomfort, who could only sleep for 20 to 45 minutes every single night and was literally, tearing me and my husband apart watching her suffer. So we began to really clean up our lifestyle. We went toxic free, no more chemicals, started, soothing symptoms with essential oils, eating better. We sort of went on these clean diets. And while everything started to change, everything got really expensive. It's not cheap to buy the chemical free stuff or supplements or all of these different things we were using for this new healthy lifestyle. When Eden was just 1 year old, I was actually forced to go back to work, which was devastating for me because she was my world, and suddenly I'm handing her over to somebody else to see all the milestones. Hearing her language develop and her play develop and this little personality grow. But it's what we needed to do because the money was just becoming really, really tight. In 2015, I actually lost that job. And it's funny because I was pregnant with my second girl. I was 6 months pregnant, and I lost my job. I lost all my maternity leave, and I was terrified. We were only just about surviving with that money coming in, and now with no maternity leave, I was just panicked that things were going to go really bad, and I disappeared under the duvets, and to be honest, I didn't come out for 2 weeks. And then just all of a sudden, I sat up out of bed one morning and I had a revelation. I had a revelation that this was actually an opportunity because all of my life I'd been relying on other people to keep me safe. I'd done the career thing and I'd got the salary and it hadn't made me happy or feel fulfilled. When I had my burnout and I had anxiety, I relied on the government to come to my rescue and cover my, sick pay, and it didn't really turn out very well. And I'd always been relying on other people, and I just had this revelation that actually it was time to start relying on me, and this was an opportunity to have everything I ever dreamed of, and that was time and financial freedom. So I decided to go into business. I trained to be a life coach. I started selling the essential oils that we were working with Eden. I started making my own natural balms and set up this apothecary, and it was good. I sort of started to coach mums, but the coaching wasn't coming very easily for me because I think back then I really wasn't in a good place myself, so I didn't have the confidence to feel like I could actually really help other people despite having the skills. But I kind of enjoyed making the soaps and the balms, but again, the money wasn't coming in. It really wasn't coming in, and I felt like squeezed in this place of working every single hour, coming up with a new marketing strategy, trying to find new markets, sitting on market stalls, literally selling a $20 sugar scrub to be able to go out and get the week's supply of milk. It was really bad, and we got to this place where the money dried up and I'm staring into my fridge and it's empty, and my girls are looking at me because it's lunchtime, and that they want something to eat, but there's nothing there because I'd gone to the supermarket and I'd tried the credit card, and the credit card had just finally decided that there wasn't enough, and despite all my will and determination to be the mum that could stay at home with them, the reality was dawning on me that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make this business float, and all those self-esteem things were coming in that I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the skills. I just wasn't good enough, which was a story that I'd told myself my whole life. And we ended up in the food bank that day, and my girls, as the lady was pulling things out of the cupboard to put into our shopping bags to take away, tore into a box of cereal, and my heart broke because through my stress, through my busyness, through my, despair, I hadn't actually even noticed that my girls were hungry. So that really was breaking point for me, and I guess I cracked open enough to know deep inside that this wasn't the way for me, and I was ready to do whatever it took to change things. I just didn't know what that was. So I got back into the same pattern that weekend. I went to a market. I sat there all day with my oils and my balms, and I made $20, and I was about to hand the $20 over to the lady who ran the market, when a lady came over and asked me if I was into wellness and handed me a card. And, maybe if I hadn't have been in that place where I was just so ready for change, I just wouldn't have taken the card, or I wouldn't have looked at the card. But I looked straight at the card, and I ended up watching a 2-minute video that showed me something that it just blew my mind. By the time I got home, I'd watched a 7-minute video that showed me that this could become my own business. And by that evening, I'd watched a 30-minute presentation showing me exactly how to run that business. And as I watched this business model unfold, I could see that the product had a strong foundation. I could see that the vision of the company could change the world, which really kind of, connected with my desire to help people. But what I really saw, what really dawned on me, was the massive piece I'd been missing in my business, which was the ability to have residual income. And that's the opportunity that is presented with network marketing. Lots of people have these thoughts and feelings about network marketing that are based on things that have happened in the past, pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, I don't even know. But, the reality of network marketing is that it's an industry that is bigger than the film industry. And, it is a really legitimate way to run a business from home that doesn't rely on just you and your sales. And it's also a way to work with a system that gives you all of the things that as a normal person you don't necessarily have. You don't have marketing skills, you don't have natural sales skills. All of those things are provided to you in a system with little expenses. You don't have the expenses of a brick and mortar business. My previous business had been a brick and mortar business because I hired a room to do my coaching. I was paying for events to go and sell my products. I was buying all of the inventory to make my products, and I was covering all the post those orders out. And when I thought about it, all of these things went completely against every single reason why I'd wanted to go into business, why I jumped out of those duvet covers that morning with my revelation that I wanted time freedom and financial freedom in my life, and I didn't have either of those things. Again, I was being squeezed round the neck by financial pressure to meet the overheads of my business, and I was working every single goddamn hour under the sun to make that business float. So like I say, what I saw in that business, this was in 2017, by the way, it was a business in its literal, founding stages. It was, mostly a vision of a really good idea with a barely functioning technology. But I signed up. I signed up that day, and I went about seeking other visionary people who could see the vision of this thing with me. And now I have an ecosystem of personalized health products that we promote through a subscription to artificial intelligence that tells people what they need on a bi-weekly basis. And for me, this solution is not only great because it helps people to lose weight, to do the right exercise, but it is also the answer to the critical situation our world is in regarding chronic health. And it's the infrastructure of the solutions of the future. So I want you to think for a minute how much somebody will pay. I'm not sure if you've heard of this, but go away and Google it. It's the La Prairie Cellular Cream, and it's a powerful anti-aging cream, but it's just a cream, and this cream sells for over $1,000. And now I want you to think about how many people would prefer and how much they would invest to have a personalized moisturizer where your body's DNA and your body's biometric data actually dictates what your skin needs in the moment. So as those skin needs change, your own personal moisturizer changes and is shipped out to you on a monthly basis to your door. Because that's the power of what I'm working with. Our current personalized solutions are in the areas of diabetes management, nutrition and weight loss, fitness, and also disease prevention or disease risk prevention. But in the future, we're going to be moving into anti-aging, skincare, and other areas as well. And there really is no ceiling on where we can go. And anti-aging in particular is a massive industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry where people are buying off-the-shelf, one-size-fits-all products, just like they're doing in weight loss and in fitness. And they're not necessarily getting the best results. And this is why 80% of diets fail. It's because our internal chemistry is as individual as a fingerprint. And by just using the diet that somebody else has used that works for them, or, following some marketing that you see on Facebook and giving it a shot, it's not necessarily what your body needs to thrive. So as people strive to regain their health, as people strive for the best body, the best weight, as people strive to regain their youth, the technology that I'm working with is evolving. It's sensor technology, and the sensors will keep evolving. We are using sophisticated DNA analysis that will keep evolving and will ultimately be able to analyze your biodata and your genes responsible not only for your ongoing health and longevity, but for your aging process that is personal to you. But let's not get too far ahead in the future, because I don't want you to miss the value of what we have right now and the opportunity to work with this sort of technology right now. I told you that I discovered this in 2017, and for 2 years I've been journeying alongside this company and watching it grow and go from strength to strength. We went from a barely functioning wearable to an amazing wearable technology that I actually use to cure my anxiety. And in July 2018, we launched DNA testing so that the biometric data from the wearable could be sequenced for those personalized health solutions. On April the 16th, we're going to launch this technology to the world. And there are 4 more days to take a founding position in this company before the floodgates open. So if you're keen for an opportunity to work for yourself and to be supported through an efficient system that is working for thousands of people across the world already, then please fill out your details underneath this video and I'll reach out for you to have a conversation. In terms of time, you can work this business in an hour a day if you want to. I personally take 2 hours because my priority is being a full-time mum and just enjoying my children, enjoying my sport. I'm a Muay Thai kickboxer, and just enjoying life, because for years I didn't do that. So if you want to work this business in an hour a day and that's all the time you feel you have, as long as it's an hour every day and you're consistent, I can show you how to make your business a success. As I said to you, we have a strong system that doesn't include this video. You don't have to make your own video. I just felt with the global launch coming in just a few days that I just wanted to really speak to people about the opportunity that I'm putting in front of them in a little bit more detail. And on the 16th, we'll be releasing official marketing tools for you to go and take your business to the moon. If you're keen, I'll show you how you can work your business completely online, like I do, and use your personal story to connect with people. People who are on their hands and knees, desperate for an opportunity like this one to be placed in front of them. So many people are tired of the daily grind. Did you know by 2020, every 1 out of 2 people will have a side hustle? People are tired of the rush hour traffic. They're tired of the late nights in the office and their weekends taken up and the stress of a salary that hardly makes the ends meet. Like I was, they're desperate for extra money because the ends aren't meeting. And a few extra $100 every month is going to make all the difference to what's possible in their life. Did you know that there are 750,000 Uber drivers in the States? That just shows me how many people are looking for a way to make a few extra dollars a month. And it's not their full-time business. It's something that they do on the side. And some people are just happy to do it on the side. But some people are working to make it their full-time gig, or are looking for a way to make sure they can retire when they're 65, or perhaps before that, and not have to rely on a crappy pension that's just not gonna cut the biscuit, so to speak. Did you know there are 3.2 billion people using the internet every day, and that 2-point-something billion of them use Facebook, and that you can connect with them with a simple message like, "Are you open to taking a look?" I know the biggest thought in your mind right now is the thought, "Can I do this?" The fear that you can't will be the thing that stops you putting your name and your email in the box below. If you have any fire in your belly, any fire at all to change your circumstance or to help others to change their circumstance, then I encourage you to fill your details out so I can reach out and start a conversation. You're going to be telling a very different story really soon. A story of how you accepted an opportunity, take a look at something that felt completely crazy or perhaps doesn't fit with where you are right now. You will have your own success story filled with so much inspiration. You will give hope to so many people when they hear how much you overcame to get to where you are, in spite of the most natural but the most self-defeating fear of I can't do this. All that's left to do is to fill your name into the box, let me know your email, but also put a tick in the box whether you'd like to look at the opportunity to join this company as a founder before the 15th, or whether you're happy to wait for the international launch. Obviously, prior to the 16th is better for lots of reasons, including compensation, and I can go through all of those details with you. But I know that a lot of people are interested in what I have, so I want to be able to prioritize my time with those who are the most serious about taking advantage of becoming a founder. So with that, I thank you for your time, and I look forward to chatting with you more, and I wish you a great day. Bye-bye.